Hello, I'm glad you could join me today. And today we're going to do something fantastic that I think you'll really love. We're going to use a black canvas, and I'm going to do an almighty seascape here and show you how to do some fantastic things. First of all, we'll have them run all the colors that we're going to use across your screen so you can see exactly how my palette's laid out. And while they're doing that, let me explain what I've already done on the canvas here. We have a black canvas. This is painted with a flat black acrylic and allowed to dry. Now on the bottom, I've started out with burnt umber, and I've put a little strip of burnt umber across the bottom. Then I've blended that right into Van Dyke brown, right into phthalo green, and a little phthalo blue around it, and the whole top of the canvas is done in Prussian blue. So it's very strong, very, very dark, dark blue color. And it should still look black. That's a good way to tell if a color is transparent. When you put it on a black canvas, it should still look black. So, now that we've got the color on there, let's start off and let's do a fantastic painting together. I'm going to use the old fan brush today, and I'm going to go right into a little bit of titanium white. Now when you're doing a black canvas, you'll find that color shows up much, much stronger than it does on a white canvas. So, okay, got the fan brush loaded up. Let's go up to the canvas, and maybe there's a happy little cloud lives right there, and use the corner of the brush, tight, tight little circles. Just let it play, have fun. Okay, darker, darker, darker. Just want the edges to be bright. A little bit more paint. And maybe, there's a, oh, there it is. Big, beautiful cloud that just sort of floats around right there. And comes right across, there it is. Just let it wander around, have fun. Clouds are free. One of the freest things in nature. There we go. Okay, now let's take the old 2.5-inch brush, and using just the corner, I'm very lightly going to blend the bottom of this cloud out. Not touching the top, just blending the bottom, and then lift it up and gently, gently blend it. Very lightly. Same thing. Do it again. Do it again. Okay, I'll do this one right around my cat. Just blend it out. And there we go. But you see how a little bit of color shows up on this black canvas. It really stands out. It's a beautiful, beautiful medium. And you can do all kinds of fantastic things. It's not limited to seascapes or landscapes. It makes beautiful, beautiful still lifes, beautiful floral paintings. It really, really works. We've taught some people who make their entire living now doing nothing but black canvases. And there's certainly a happy buck in it. All right, there we go. Another little cloud, and this is your world, so however many clouds you want, that's how many you are to have. So let them float around in the sky and have fun. There. Okay, now, once again, take the 2.5-inch brush and very gently blend the bottom out. Just blend the bottom out. And you need some of these nice dark areas in here. They end up being the shadows. Don't want to kill all those with color. Leave them in. Leave them in. Let things happen. Let the canvas work. Let the brush work. That's when the prettiest things happen, when you're not expecting it. See? And then lift it up, and then gently brush it. And that easy, you have fantastic clouds. Okay, maybe there's another little cloud. Just little floaters that float right down in here. Just let them play. Let them play there. Okay, now we'll blend these, and I think we'll be ready to take a look-see and see what we have going here. When you're painting at home, step back sometime and look at your painting. Step back, and it really helps you see the painting better. Lift that up. There. Okay, let me wash the old fan brush off here. we're in business. Now wash the brush with odorless paint thinner. Okay, better wash this big one too before we get started. We'll start with all clean brushes. Boop, 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 boop. That's a lot of fun. Okay, let's mix up a good black color. And for black, we'll use alizarin crimson and phthalo green. Alizarin crimson and phthalo green. I know it sounds crazy, but it comes out to make a beautiful, beautiful black color. True black. And it's also very, very transparent. It works extremely well when you need a transparent paint. Okay, mix it very good. Pick the paint up off the palette and turn it over. That assures that you mix it evenly. Now you really can't tell what color you have there. So let me wipe the knife off and we'll check their color. And the only way to check it is take a little bit of white and see if it's what you're looking for. And that's about what I'm looking for, a nice, good, true gray. And we know anytime we put white or a light value with that, that's what we're going to get, okay? Good. Now let's let's use the old fan brush today. Load a lot of paint into the bristles. Really get it filled up. There you go. Pull it through, both sides, just like that. So you turn that brush and get both sides. All right, let's go up to the canvas here. Maybe there's a big stone out in the water here. Huge big stone. It comes right down. And just use the corner of the fan brush. Big bump. Just let your hand wiggle and put all these beautiful little shapes in here. Maybe this, there it goes. Right out through there. And we just fill all this in. The fan brush is a fantastic, fantastic brush. It will do things that you almost can't believe, but you got to make friends with it. There we go. And just let that wander right on off into the blue. All right, and maybe on this big stone, maybe it's so big, maybe there's some trees that live out there. And let's go right up here, and we touch the canvas, and we use just the corner of the brush, and we'll put a happy little tree. Lives right there. There he is. There he is. And maybe there's several trees. However many you want. This is your big stone, so you can put as many trees on it, or as few. Just little indications here and there, wherever. There's a nice little tree, lives right there. Now I have several fan brushes, so I don't have to clean them continually. But at home, if you only have one brush, that's fine. You just have to clean it more than I do. Take a little bit of the Van Dyke brown, a little white, and then a little bit of this black color, or gray. There. Load a lot of color into the brush. Okay, let's go back to the canvas here. And we want to put a little bit of highlight here. So I'm just going to let this barely touch. Let make all of these beautiful little highlights and let them just wander right on out into nothing. Okay, a little more paint on the brush. Maybe there's a little highlight. Right there. Right there. And there, I see some on that. Wherever you want it to be. Now back to our brush with the black on it, and we touch and pull down. Brush strokes are very, very important in this. Very important. Your brush strokes form your rocks. See how easy it is, though, to make some beautiful rocks standing out here? Isn't that quick? We'll let that one come right on through. But you got to make decisions, which one's in front, which one's in back. There we go. Okay, maybe that went so well. Maybe, there it is. Let's go right up here. There we go. Let's just lay another big rock right along there. Lay some dark in. Now we need something to separate these two rocks. So an easy way to create a separation between them is to put some mist in there. Let's take a 2.5-inch brush, a little bit of white paint on it, and just very gently, very, very gently, tap in a little bit of mist. Very little paint. Once again, color shows up so much stronger on this black canvas than it does on a white canvas. So very, very little paint. I can't tell you that enough. There we go. Now, lift it gently up, following all these angles that you've put into your rocks. Don't want to lose those. And that'll give us the illusion of a tiny little bit of mist, just enough to separate. Okay, now we'll go back to this. And why don't we bring this one right on down, like there. Fill all that in with good dark color. And since we're using a black here that's extremely transparent, it really doesn't matter if we get a little bit into what's going to be water, because it is so transparent, it will work. Okay, maybe there's a happy little tree or two that lives out here. Right here. I see it. I see it. Right there. Corner of the brush, back and forth. This is still the black color. All this is done in black. Okay, and maybe there's a friend that lives right there. There it is. Okay. And another one right up through there. Wherever you want a tree. In your world, you decide where the trees are. This one, it just runs all the way off the canvas. All right. Maybe there's just a couple little indications back here. Thanks. Okay, now, let's go back and we'll pick up a little of the Van Dyke brown, a little of the gray color, and let's drop in a few little highlights on this one. Sometimes use a brush sideways. And just make all kinds of beautiful little things happen here. Okay, maybe. There it is. Just pick out things, drop them in. Wherever. You can do anything. Anything. There we go. Maybe there's a big projection here. Play with these rocks. Boom, 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 boom. I'm using the black color again. Just like so. Make a big old projection out of that. A lot of fun. Now we bring down some highlight and just bring it right up to the edge. Like so. Good. Now I'm going to take a little bit of paint thinner and my liner brush, and I'm going to put it into some permanent red. Very thin. There. Turn that brush, get a lot of paint on it. All right, let's go back to the canvas here. Now, I want to just sort of highlight the edges of these stones. So you put it in and then work it a little bit. There we go. Just put it in, let it work. And maybe right around here. Just a little of this nice permanent red and just blend it in. Make some beautiful little things happen. Sets all this off. Okay, and maybe on this first one we did back here, maybe there's just a tiny little bit of a knit also. We don't want it to be left out. There we go. Just here and there a little bit. Okay, let's get into the fun part now. Now it's time to start playing with the water. I'm going to take a small amount of titanium white Just a small amount. And I'm going to go right back here, and I want the water to look like it's going sort of between these two rocks. So I'm just going to just put in a little color like that. Very, very little. Wipe that knife. There. And try to keep this fairly straight. You don't want your water to run out of one side. And it will. If it's not straight, your water will look like it's going to run right out of the painting. Get your floor wet, then you yell at me. Okay. And that gives us a nice indication back here of a little bit of water. And very lightly with a clean brush, very lightly, we'll just blend over that. Very, very light. Okay. Now let's take the old fan brush, and I'm going to go right back into my white. And let's have a little wave back here in the background that's beginning to crash, and it's coming up. You got to make a decision. You got to make it. Where's it going to be? Boom, right there. Just let it go. And I'm sliding that brush and then pushing at the end to put the highlight on the top. Okay, maybe there's some stones back here that this wave's crashing over. So we'll take some of the black and let's put a happy little stone right in here. It's your world, so put your stone where you want it. Now see, I've got several fan brushes going, and it'll save you a lot of washing if you have several brushes. A lot of brush washing. Okay. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of magic white to my paint so it's a tiny, tiny bit thinner. Maybe there's water that's coming. Put a little blue in there. There we go. Maybe the water's coming over. Pshoo! Over these stones, hitting, splashing. It's running all down through there. Wherever. Waves hitting up against the back. Now, then here. Just use this little stroke. See? Gives the impression that the water's choppy. Guess that's a fair word to use, choppy. I'm bad about making up words, so don't look them up in a dictionary. They probably won't be there. It's like the little things under evergreen trees. I never could figure out what they were called, so I just call them hang-downs. And they sort of hang underneath the tree. Okay, let's take a little bit more of the blue. And maybe there's a wave it's hitting right here. There it is. Wherever you want it. And it sort of curls back, splashes and crashes. And it's coming from here and coming over. There it comes. Let it come from here and come over. There. Sort of comes up and pushes. Whoosh. And it helps make little sounds. Okay, I'm going to take a tiniest little bit of the cad yellow. And we'll just play a little bit right in here. I just want this wave to pick it up. Just to pick it up. Now this is the reason I put the brown under here rather than blue. Is so this yellow won't turn bright green. I don't want it to turn totally green. Okay, a little white involved in it here. Just make it look like foam. But we want just the little yellowish hue. God, that looks terrible. I'm in trouble now. All right, now let's take and pull this water right over the top of it. Right over. Okay, add a little bit more blue right in there. Boom. And just, this is phthalo blue. And just allow these colors to play. Now, we need to separate it here, so I need a little bit of color. Maybe it's coming almost straight towards you here. This wave's breaking right there. There we go. There. Now, we need a dark line. There has to be some dark color right there to separate these and let it play down into the wave. This is that black color, just a little, just enough to separate it, like so. Okay, maybe down in here we can start playing with some little watery things. Just like so. There we are. I want to have some reflections. So to make reflections, all we do is just pull it down. Just use the fan brush, big brush, whatever. Pull straight down. And take a large brush and pull it down. Just like we're making reflections in a happy little pond. And then very lightly go across it. And now we'll take a little bit of paint and put in a happy little water line in here. Pull this straight back, keep it flat, keep it flat. Okay, now let's put some little stones in here. Maybe there's a happy little stone right there. Happy little stone. Everything is happy. And there's one. Wherever you want these little stones. This is one sort of like a California, Oregon type coast. Beautiful, beautiful oceans there. And however many stones you want. Okay, we'll take a little tiny touch here of brown and white. Let's get some brown. And we'll highlight these stones just like we did the big ones. Just drop some little highlights on them. Some out here on this one. Wherever. There we go. Now we can come back in here and put some little watery things. Let's add a little blue to that. There we go. Beautiful. There. And we need some crashing going on in here. There. The water spilling around all over. Okay, let's take the liner brush here with a little bit of paint thinner on it, and I'm going to go right into some light color. And let's just do this. Just do a little bit of that. This is paint thinner on the brush. Okay, now then, I'm going into some blue. This is phthalo blue with a little white and paint thinner. And let's put all kinds of little watery things just dripping over this rock. Just like so. It's your rock, so wherever you want them, just let them play. Okay, maybe there's some all over there, wherever. Just think about where, in your mind, the water would crash over some of these rocks. And at home, you can really take your time and put a lot of little things in there. Let's take a little bit of the dark color, and right under the edge here, we'll set this wave up, this foam up a little bit by just putting a little dark line here. Just a little line. Okay. And that should give you an idea of how you can make a fantastic seascape in very little time. And it works. It works so nice. And I think you'll enjoy that one. Okay, I think we'll sign this one. We'll take a little bit of permanent red right on the old liner brush. Bring that brush to a nice sharp point. Go right up here. And we'll sign it. Glad I have a short name. And with that, we'll call this painting finished. And from all of us here, we'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless. See you next week.